All right, welcome, live action co-op, Infinite Float, and going to do one of my updates as I ride the rabbit deep into the rabbit hole, into woo-woo land on a digital software slash token slash currency update on something I'm involved with. It's called Veritaseum, so the title of this video, Veritaseum, Reggie Middleton, the Black Panther, Flat Earth, and Magic Rabbits. So, Veritaseum, of course, is a new offering. If you're looking at this video, I'm sure you've already heard about it. And it's designed to disintermediate the middleman, reduce the cost of transacting value amongst two parties, and it's been in development for some time. So unlike a lot of initial coin offerings where you get a white paper and you notice that, hey, they just put it out this year, 2017 or 2016, and the white paper on Veritaseum is Reggie Middleton. So, you want to read the white paper, read Reggie Middleton, go to his blog, Boom Bust blog, find him on YouTube. He's got videos. This Veritaseum coin contract software, patented robots, that's all been in the works for some years. So, his white paper has legs. So, I'm going back, looking at some things so I can share some information. Plan on doing it regularly, and I located this video of Reggie from 2016, financial self-defense during a global macroeconomic warfare, and I must have just been reading about the new movie coming out in February, the Black Panther. There's been a whole lot of views on its trailer, and so I'm researching Reggie Miller, and for some reason, the Black Panther is showing up in my consciousness. So I'm just going to put two to two together, make me a woo-woo sandwich, and take a bite and enjoy it. But here's the Reggie Middleton video we'll start with.
Contrarian, leave it to contrarian, badass Reggie Middleton. He called.
I know you see the Black Panther. I know you see it. I know you see it.
The housing crash. He called the collapse of Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers and the crisis in the Eurozone banking system.
Today, we discuss self-defense. Why? Well, let me get into that. You see, I'm a fighter. I've been practicing various forms of combat since I was 13 years old. I'm almost 50. I practice African weaponry. I've practiced European sword play, Asian martial arts, ways of the fist and foot, Korean Judo Kwan, Muay Thai, American pugilism, boxing. Actually, I like to fight. I like the combat. Why? Not because I'm violent, because I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the intellectual battle, the ability to strategize and take intellect, merge it with physical capability, and back it with soul, back it with spirit, indomitable spirit, the willingness to go ahead. What makes me very good at combat is not just physical attributes, which you can see on video, which can be attained by anybody who tries hard enough. What makes me very good at combat is my ability to observe. I pay attention. I study the opponent. I study who is on my side. I study who's not on my side. This is useful in both sport and street fighting. So on that note, I, in just a couple of minutes, want to teach you how to defend yourself. Self-defense. Okay? Not physical self-defense. We're not going to fight today. What we're going to do is we're going to learn how to defend yourself from a macroeconomic perspective. We're going to take financial technology, fintech, we're going to apply it to today's environment, and we're going to see how we can make sure you are not taken advantage of by bullies.
All right, so obviously we have the Black Panther at the beginning of the video. The Black Panther movie's coming out. A lot of energy in that place. All right, so again, go into woo-woo land, grab the white rabbit by the reins, enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I can see you.
The world is changing. Soon there will only be the conquered and the conquerors.
Step into the spotlight.
You are a good man
Step into the spotlight.
with a good heart. And it's hard for a good man to be a king.
Coming soon? No, it's here. So you can go to Reggie's blog. I'm sure this piece is there. But folks that want to know what it is, again, do your due diligence, read the white paper. That is Reggie Middleton. But I'll just read this. Okay, Google is the Google of information on the internet. We are the Google of value exchange everywhere. Our primary product line is creating the entranceway to the global peer-to-peer capital markets. Thus, our target market is those who use capital, i.e., everyone. This may seem pie in the sky-ish to some, but think about gaining the keys to the internet in 1993. If you were to do that successfully, who would your target market have been? Voila, instant understanding. Everybody's the target market. The value add, Veritaseum brings dramatically lower costs for transactions of value while simultaneously offering superior service. Like Google's free offerings that were often better than what you actually paid for due to their network effect and powers of the crowd, we offer access to assets like asset managers and value trading like brokers without counterparty risks, credit risk, or balance sheet exposure. We do all of this at near zero margin, meaning that competitors should expect to run at zero profit to compete with us. So, meaning that competitors should expect to run at zero profit to compete with us. These reduced margins mean dramatically lower costs to the consumer of these products. Consumers that are accustomed to paying exorbitant prices now get the Gmail effect. Think synthetic, software-driven vehicles that compete directly with hedge funds at just 10% of the costs, or near free trading tools that eliminate the need for a broker. What is the history of Veritaseum? Veritaseum was conceived in 2013, and a prototype of our value trading platform was up and running by the end of that year. The first capital markets implementation of smart contracts and blockchain technology of its kind. So again, here the white paper is long. It's not just one pager. Plenty of information there, and it tells you clearly what the intent is, and So the question is, what would the value of something like that be as it comes into reality? And you have to think of big institutions and capital markets. What would they pay to eliminate a 5 or 10% fee on a $200 million deal or transaction? Let's say $100 million transaction or a $50 million transaction, $5 million transaction. You'd save 10%. So maybe you'd pay $1,000 for the coin that allows you to utilize the digital fintech tools to transact exchange of value between two parties. Who knows what that value would be? But the buzz and what's going on around Veritaseum is that it could be substantial or quite more than where the price of the token is right now. So recently, Reggie tweeted, shout out to Crypto Rich, who I first heard about this from, this tweet anyway, and I'm using his video. Expect more demand for VERI as institutions and startups come on board. That's why we're building a VERI rental contract enabling monetization. So maybe a leasing or a lending, BitConnect-ish. That just came to my mind, but the point I want to make here with VERI, you can hold it, increase in value. If the value goes, it's used the way we think it's going to be used, then the company needs to make one of those transactions where they save a lot of money, and instead of buying a VERI token, they can rent yours. Have you heard of anything like that in the crypto world? Very unique, groundbreaking. So again, another aspect that would add value. So I've been watching Veritaseum and its price for a little. Oh my goodness, I didn't. So now these things fluctuate. The price is here. There was just a big jump. It'll probably come back down. But the point I want to make here is that it has spiked up. Somebody. It's only on one exchange, Ether Delta. We'll look at that. I don't reckon. Should you get some? Probably. I'm not comfortable with using that exchange yet. That's just me. I did get some during the ICO, but it spiked up to 253, 250 a couple of times. It's spiked to 111. It's been as low as, I don't know, $3, right? So that's volatility. But what I've been noticing is that the fluctuations, the bottom of the fluctuations has been increasing. So it'll fluctuate up, it'll fluctuate down, and it was coming down into the 30s when it would fluctuate down, and then it started kind of staying around the 40s, 50s, right? And here recently, up since the weekend, it's been trending up, and it was holding well above 50. 60, 70. So I see it strengthening. The volume down here is decently growing. And even when the volume slacks off, it's still got upward pressure. So it's looking good. And I think folks should pay a lot of attention to it. Here it is on Ether Delta. Let me refresh. So that price that was at 100 and something, you see this, somebody made a trade high over here, which is a lot higher than what's normally been trading at. It's been around 5 to 1. ICO'd at 33 to 1. It's been fluctuating between 5 and 9. Well, let's say it's been fluctuating between like 6.5 and 9 to 1. And now it's kind of stabilizing at around 5 to 1. So it is strengthening. So take a look at the white paper. That is Reggie Middleton. Boom Bust blog. Search him out on Google. The Veritaseum is kind of like Vibranium. Come on down to the land of Wakanda. Just go down the rabbit hole. Ride the white rabbit. Ride that magic rabbit. Come on down into Wakanda land and enjoy what is to come. Thank you for your time.